My name is Mike, and I always consider myself to be a skeptic to supernatural stuff until this happened. So here we go. Digging the drain in our backyard was never meant to unearth secrets. It was supposed to be a mundane task, a weekend project to keep myself occupied, but fate had other plans. Plans that would unravel our lives in ways I could never have imagined. I remember the moment vividly, the scrape of the shovel against the dirt, the earthy smell rising around me, and then a clang that echoed through the silence. I froze, heart racing, as I knelt to investigate. Buried beneath layers of soil and time lay an iron chest, rusted with age but still intact. With trembling hands, I pried it open to reveal a trove of treasures. Gleaming jewels and shimmering gold coins. I felt as if I just won the lottery. Excitement mingled with caution as I carefully lifted the chest and hurried inside. I hid it in the basement, beneath a pile of old clothes, convinced that our sudden windfall could change everything for us. But little did I know, it would bring more than riches. It would bring terror. I started small, selling a few pieces of gold at a time to avoid suspicion. Each sale brought a temporary relief, a glimmer of hope amidst the struggles. But as the days passed, strange occurrences began to unfold at home. It started with subtle disturbances, pictures inexplicably falling off walls, doors creaking open and slamming shut of their own accord. My wife, Sarah, and our daughter, Emily, grew increasingly unsettled. They huddled together in the living room, fear etched on their faces, recounting how they heard whispers in empty rooms and felt cold drafts where no windows were open. I reassured them, dismissed their fears as mere coincidences amplified by stress. I refused to acknowledge the possibility that something sinister lurked within the chest. But as Emily's nightmares intensified, I could no longer ignore the truth. Night after night, she woke screaming, tears streaming down her cheeks as she recounted dreams of a creepy old lady demanding her necklace. The same necklace we had found in the chest. Sarah pleaded with me to return everything and bury the chest back where I had found it, convinced it was cursed. But I stubbornly brushed off her concerns, attributing Emily's nightmares to childhood imagination. One fateful day, determined to sell more of the treasures, I descended into the basement where I had hidden the chest. The air grew thick with an oppressive chill as I approached. I heard faint whispers, barely audible, calling my name. And then, there she was, a spectral figure of an old lady, her eyes hollow and accusatory, her form translucent yet unmistakably real. Fear paralyzed me as she reached out, her ghostly hand inches from my face. I stumbled back, heart pounding, my mind finally grasping the truth. The chest was cursed, haunted by the restless spirit of its former owner, unwilling to part with her treasures. That night, as I drove to sell the remaining jewels, the apparition appeared again, causing me to swerve dangerously close to the edge of the road. Panic seized me as I realized the danger I had brought upon my family. I knew then that I had to rid ourselves of the chest, once and for all. When I returned home, my heart sank. The basement was empty. The chest had vanished without a trace. The house had been locked tight. No one could have entered or exited. It was as if the chest had simply dissolved into thin air, leaving behind only echoes of its haunting presence. In a desperate bid to end the nightmare, I gathered what remained in the car and drove to a nearby lake. With trembling hands, I tossed the cursed artifacts into the murky depths, watching as they sank into oblivion. Relief washed over me, mingled with guilt and regret for ever unearthing the chest. In the days that followed, Emily's nightmares ceased. The whispers and cold drafts vanished, leaving behind a semblance of normalcy. But the scars remained, reminders of the price we had paid for greed and curiosity. To this day, I still wonder what became of the chest and its ghostly guardian. Some secrets, it seems, are better left buried, hidden away in the shadows of memory where they can no longer torment the living. And as I watch Emily laugh and play, I pray that she will never remember the horrors we faced, that she will grow up untainted by the darkness that once threatened to consume us all.